All right, I am super excited, and it's a pleasure, Gidon, to welcome you to our leadership series. Thank you for participating.
Thank you very much for inviting me.
Well, I would say the best way to start. Um, we're talking Los Angeles to where are you in Israel, by the way?
I'm in Tel Aviv, right in the heart of an amazing city on the Mediterranean.
Absolutely. Well, we're excited about LA to Tel Aviv right now, and I guess, like I said, the best way to start would be formally introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about your background. We'll get into it more and what you're doing.
So, my name is Gidon Bromberg, and I'm the Israeli co-director of EcoPeace Middle East. This is a really unique organization. We're the only organization that is Israeli, Palestinian, and Jordanian together in any field whatsoever. And that's actually quite tragic.
Yep.
We're the only regional organization that brings together our three peoples under one roof. Our focus is really environmental peace building, water security. We're all about trying to solve what we think is the most critical issue that faces the region as a whole, and increasingly globally, water security issues. We also believe that we're a very practical organization. We're looking for practical solutions on the ground that improve people's lives, because we really think that the way to solve the broader Middle East conflict is necessitated in building trust. And you build trust by problem solving together, by literally promoting a common understanding of what's gone wrong and how do we get it right.
Yeah, I think it's brilliant, and we'll talk about it more. But it's amazing when you put things in perspective of what people need, what people want. For lack of being politically correct, the BS around everything that creates all the problems kind of goes away.
Exactly, and well, in our case, and here in the Middle East, there are elements, there are people constantly trying to color the situation, trying to make it more complicated than it already is, and much of that, and here, this is something that we've learned and we've understood more recently in the last few years, that perhaps the very approach of peace building in the Middle East has gone wrong, and that approach in trying to solve everything at once, and the whole peace process, in fact, has been predicated on the idea that we must solve all of the final status issues, or we don't solve anything. So it's the all or nothing approach. I mean, in life, we would never do that in our respective daily operations of how we operate, with other members of the family, with friends, with business counterparts. We don't condition everything on everything else, on agreeing on everything. But that's what's happened in the peace process. It's happened at the insistence of both governments and also the international community. And we think that we need to learn the lesson from that. That for the last 20 years, trying to solve everything at once has meant that we've solved nothing. We've absolutely solved nothing. And therefore, it's no wonder that people have no trust, have no faith in a better future, have no faith that the other side really intends to solve anything, because the experience of the last 22 years has really preconditioned the failure upon us.
Yeah, I think he had a key word there that applies to life, business, everything in general, and that's trust. And we find it all the time where people get overwhelmed trying to solve everything at one time, and as a result, you do nothing instead of a piece at a time. So this is exciting. We're going to get into it more. But thanks for the introduction, and we'll move on.
Wonderful.